Alright guys, this is a quick little video that I felt I had to make, and of course I can't actually click the camera on correctly. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's try this again. Hey guys! So you know, I'm actually halfway through editing the first actual episode of Hobby Store, and I'm editing the audio for the Phelan, so those should be up pretty soon. I want to get those up before I start my job next week. But that's not the point of this. It is 12:25 Friday morning. Half an hour ago I just came back from the Last Airbender movie. Now I watched the entire series. Love this series. Absolutely adore the series. The series is fantastic. Now there are bad movies, like the Street Fighter movie, where you can watch it and it's bad, but you could bear to sit through it again. You're not sure why, but you could. And you know what? The Last Airbender, it had things going for it. The actors they chose for the characters, they were good. How they portrayed the characters, they portrayed the characters. Okay. I loved all but one of the action scenes. Everything looked beautiful. All around, it had all of the pieces for an amazing movie. It really did. They were all there. But, see, there are three things that are wrong. One major, three things. We'll go over like the two minor ones first. First off, there's a fight scene with Aang and Zuko. Not that that's unheard of. There's more kung fu than there is bending. Which for Zuko, you can kind of see because he has the whole twin swords action going on. But Aang doesn't know kung fu. Aang bends. He bends. He's not Bruce Lee. He does not know kung fu. So why does he suddenly use kung fu? No reason. He avoids things quite well. He has an excellent evade. You know, he always makes his dodge rolls. And then he bends. He does not kung fu. So don't make Aang kung fu. That was problem one. Problem two. Aang's character and Sokka's character. They took basically the serious parts of those characters and made those the characters. Aang is innocent, naive. Sokka is kinda dumb. We'll go with kinda dumb and a sped. They didn't cover any of that. That's a major part of both their characters, and they completely avoided them. There was a couple moments where you kind of laugh with Sokka, but that's all they were moments. Had almost nothing to do with the characters. Now, that being said, I will reiterate, as a whole, the characters were the characters. The actors portrayed the characters as the characters. You know, even when they, near the end where they showed Zuko's sister, who in the series always sent a shiver up my spine a bit, they showed her and I got a shiver. So they were all being portrayed. Even okay. Okay, first book. The main antagonist, the main villain, the main general for the first book. It's played by Asif Mambi. For those of you who don't know who that is, you don't watch Daily Show. He's a correspondent for the Daily Show. And he played a serious role. And even him, after I got done giggling, I could see it. It's doable. So where's the major problem lie with how this was portrayed then? In the storytelling. The story was there, and it was still a good story. But how it was told was embarrassing. The movie was about like an hour and 40 minutes, more or less. If he'd made it 2 solid hours and devoted those 20 minutes to character development, story, background of the world, like just exposition. If he just made 20 minutes of exposition, the movie would have been 10 times better. But they just sped through it. And I'm not expecting him to get everything. He was doing a whole book as a movie. There's going to be stuff missing. Like, we didn't see the Kyoshi Warriors. We didn't see Aang's first attempt at firebending. There's none of that excitement, none of that naivete. The whole, his problem the entire time, even up to the water temple, his entire issue was he couldn't get over the fact that 100 years had passed. Now, how long did that take? He was sad about it, a bit, a little upset when he got to the air temple. And after that air temple, we had little bits of it pop up once in a while, but that was it. That was all. That was all it was. He wasn't over it until the end of the movie, when they had just beaten the Fire Nation in the Northern Water Temple. Yeah, I knew there would be changes, but to completely extend that for the purpose of avoiding just... Oh, my head hurts. My head hurts. Ow, ow, ow. They sped through the story. It was way faster than it needed to be. Way faster. I have no problem with him speeding through the first half an hour, speeding through it to get some stuff out of the way, to get some backstory out, do some exposition, hey, we found Aang, he does this, people know he's here, I have no problem with doing like a quick montage, just so we can speed up and get to like the meat of the book, which most of that was in the Northern Water Temple. But they spent a good sizable chunk of the movie with the whole blue spirit thing with Zuko. We avoided the Kyoshi Warriors, but we needed this whole blue spirit thing. We needed that. Holy cow, did we need that. Which wouldn't be bad as like a 5-minute thing here and there, or maybe 10, or just something to have. But it was way too much time spent on that, and it could have been better spent. Now, an hour 40 minutes, I can see that for the second book, because you don't need to explain out too many characters for that book. And it's pretty straightforward through that whole season. It is pretty straightforward. But where you had the first book, where you had explained everybody, explain everything, get a sense of how everything works, and then have the Northern Water Temple, you needed something like 2 hours. And he shoved way too much in that small span that it just felt rushed. I actually heard from the crowd, as soon as the movie ended, I heard a woman up front just screaming at the screen, which I've never heard that before. And I heard someone pass by me saying that it ruined their entire night. It was bad. I felt it was bad. But I'm not angry, I'm more upset. Because I saw everything in there to make it a good movie. And yet he screwed up on the simplest of things for a movie. What you're trying to do with a movie is tell a story. And he completely screwed that up. And that upsets me as a fan. I don't know, maybe I'll feel better about it, another couple days. This is my immediate reaction. If anyone else saw the movie, please respond or comment or something. Just let me know what you guys felt.